That'll do. All right. Great. Now, we can put a little tape on there. Or not. I can't find electrical tape. Well, I guess as long as we keep those things kind of separate, we're okay, right? Should have probably used a little bit bigger wire. I can't believe that that just won't hold on there. Okay. We're just going to keep those separate. Fine. So this is the plus. All right. So which one did we decide we're going to connect next? Twitch is more friendly. It doesn't make a new URL every single time. Oh, is that right? So is that what happens on YouTube? It makes a new one every time? We've sure talked about switching to Twitch all the time. Maybe I don't know. Maybe we should start doing some of that and we'll just like stop halfway through or something. All right. Here we go. We got the plus, the minus. Should we start with this guy? Let's start with this guy and see if we can get this thing to melt. All right. Minus, plus. I don't really use these, but I still want to see if they melt. How's it going? Oh, look who's home. Mr. Ski Man, how was it? Yeah? You had fun? Dawson went skiing today. Are you exhausted? You're home. Oh, it's 5 o'clock. I guess it is time to come home. Did you take any breaks or did you just go through?
We had lunch.
You had lunch? Took a break for lunch?
Yeah.
Oh, he sounds hoarse.
I need to go take a shower.
Okay, love you. Dawson got invited to go skiing today, so he went. And but his concern is like, are we gonna ski all day? And you know, knowing who he was going with, yeah, he's gonna ski all day. But he didn't really want to ski all day necessarily. But he did. I'm sure he had a good time. All right, we're back in the business here. We'll see if we can, this wire, we'll see what's going to go first. I'm pretty sure this will go before the wires, don't you think? Maybe we can put something to block some of the light. Okay, there. Now we're going to see if this thing right here is going to smoke. There's the smoker. And BTF lighting. Not an advertisement. All right. Connect up our Uno. Should have done this first. The wire's getting a little hot. Nothing yet. Oh, nothing yet. Am I streaming to myself? I just look up and there's 18 people instead of a whole bunch. Okay, well, I don't think I can get any higher than 7 amps on this. But it's not going to do me any bleeping good if I don't have anybody watching. I don't know where everybody went. So lame. Killing me. I'm just going to wait. Oh, is it because it's a new... Oh my gosh. Let's try the restream chat. Okay, subscribing. So somebody's doing something out there. I guess I'm connected to somebody. It says I'm excellent. Okay. Check your encoder settings, keyframe, something, something. Where is the chat? Oh, yeah, restream chat. So 43 on Twitch. Everybody's going over to Twitch. All right. Restream Twitch. Or no, restream chat. Is it down here? Restream chat. Oh, I already have it. Trying to get chat in a different way besides butthead YouTube. YouTube's being buttheaded. I have to log in. I don't know my login. Well, guys, I'm really sorry about the internet. I haven't had problems like this in quite a while. Thought we had them resolved. Clearly, we do not. So I'm going to give it a minute. I'm going to try and work on getting the restream chat up to date. In the meantime, grab yourself a drink. Just hang out for a minute. We will continue to try and melt stuff very soon. All right, that should do that. Car, that's a car, that's a car, that's a car, that's a car. Check the new image. What? There's a car. Okay. Chat is waiting. Okay. So looks like I got chat. Can you guys see me? I don't see anybody else. 69 people. Hi. Okay, there we go. Is it possible to buy the ES? What's the ES? Intermittent tech stream. Not able for bad internet. I'm only able to watch right now using my cell phone. I need this to be a little bit bigger. Colorized author name, scale. Yeah, I gotta be able to see. Okay. Always on top. Colorized names. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, let's do that. Show avatars. Definitely yes. Compact mode. Nope. We want this. Okay, quick. This is cool. So this is what I'm gonna start using from now on. I'm gonna start using this from now on. This has to be part of what starts up every time I start up my stream. Okay, here we go. Trying again. I have several that have died, failed to connect. Terry, you're talking about the ESPs, the ESP boards? Just the white ESP cards. Oh, man. We have been having a rash of that. I don't have a bunch in stock. I have some random ones. So contact me because Quindor, how long have you had them, Terry, by the way? Quindor is trying to collect some of these that have been dying and try and determine if it's a hardware problem or something else. Or what else it might be. So I am collecting, if you're in the US, I'm collecting the dead ones. And we're going to send them all to Quindor for post-mortem evaluation, or a bunch of them at least. So, but let me know. I mean, if I have something to replace, I certainly will do my best to get you what you need. Yeah, you've had it since November, so it's new, right? That's new. Certainly new. So, yeah. Get a hold of me on Discord, Terry. And yeah, that is definitely recent. Get a hold of me on Discord, and we'll get you worked up. Okay, we'll get you sorted out. So I connected this thing. I got 7 amps, and it wasn't getting hot at all. So I think I should probably connect it to a 20 amp power supply and see if we can pull 20 amps. Do you think? The trick is I don't have a real way to monitor how many amps it is if I connect it to the 20 amp power supply. So we are just going to have to kind of hope for the best on that. And I'm really sure that these wires are not going to cut it for that. Let's see. There's a little bit bigger. Is those bigger wires? I don't think those are bigger wires. Well, maybe what we'll do is we will at least add some. We'll at least kind of double up these wires so that we get a little bit more out of it. So we don't, I don't want the wire between the power supply and the Uno to be the weakest link. So, because that'll suck. How many 5-volt lights can you safely push through an ESP board? Let's find out. It's not very many because it's only able to output. Maybe instead of trying to melt these connectors, maybe we should try some of that kind of stuff. Because melting some of these connectors might take a pretty good amount of current. At least we know that the really, really bad one. But I would like to try. So we're going to take off this one because I don't really care about that one. We're going to try the clickets because I do want to know how much current can go through the clickets because we are recommending those heavily these days. So let's see how much power can go through those. And then I keep losing track of all the things we've said we're going to try and melt. Here, poor is it Terry that was trying to find ESP32s and I'm destroying them? But it's for science. It's all for science. What are our guesses, guys, on how many LEDs you can run, 5-volt LEDs you can run on directly off of an ESP32? And what you're talking about doing, Cubicle Nate, I assume, is you're talking about just going to the 5-volt output to run the pixels. And at some point, you won't be able to, right? At some point, the board's going to go, mercy, mercy, right? Okay, so now we've got at least two 20-gauge wires, I think they are. So that'll be better than what we've been using. Oh my gosh. If I could just stop losing screwdrivers. Okay, get rid of that guy. Take this thing that we just pieced together. Oh, the doorbell. How am I going to do? I got to do those Real Link doorbells. Not going to do those today, am I? With the Halloween eyes? Is that what he just did? Well, he was running it through the Dig-to-Go, right? So the Dig-to-Go powers the LEDs with something other than the little onboard voltage regulator on the ESP device. And I think what Cubicle Nate is asking is how many can you run directly off of there? Because although controllers are a lot more, well, I say they're a lot easier to get, but they're a lot easier to get than they were when they didn't exist at all. And when they didn't exist at all, then sometimes what we were doing was just running them straight off of the ESP device, usually not a 32. It was usually an 8266 because these were the dark ages. Like last year, you know. Okay, year before, fine. All right. Okay, this is a 20 amp 5-volt power supply. So we should be able to get 20 amps out of it. And then it'll be a matter of can the, well, so we have a 10 amp fuse on the Uno, so that's probably it. That's probably all we're going to see is the 10 amp fuse on the Uno. But I want to see what this little clicket can do. So I want to see, and this might be, this might be just a totally failed experiment, and that's okay. If this is a failed experiment, then we'll try a couple of other things. Can't believe we've been going for an hour and I haven't hardly smoked anything. Clickets, now to use the clickets, you actually don't need the wire exposed. you just need the, where did I just put it? Here it is. You just put the wire in here like that, and then you mash it down. And then I've had people report that they have trouble with these, and I'm sure that the trouble is not mashing it down, maybe. Because if it, they make it seem like you can just do it with your fingers, and you can, but I like to do it with a tool after that, just to make sure it's really in there good. So I've had people say, "Oh, I get those; they fail all the time." I think they fail just because of that. Like people aren't, they're not clamping them down all the way. I don't even know if this. All right, so ground is which side? This side is ground, okay? These are a little bit tricky too. You got to make sure you're pushing them in all the way. There it goes. Okay, that one's now in all the way. And this one is now in all the way. All right, make sure one last time. Yep, that's positive, positive. Okay, so clip it down just enough that it's going to hold the wires in place, and then get your pliers tool of your choice and clamp them down better. All right, well, let's watch old Clickets here and see what it can do. All right, I got no idea how much current that is. I suppose we can go on, we can look at the phone. While I'm doing that, it's probably going to start smoking. I really hope that this thing does smoke, just so we can know. Yeah, wLED access point, that's where I'm going. Wire's warm. Ooh. Wish I had my little heat thing. Actually, I think I know where it is. Oh, we haven't turned up the brightness. Wires are hot. How's the Clicket doing? Ooh, it's hot. Yeah, it's hot. It is hot. I want to see if I got my temperature thing. Temperature gun. See if it'll work. Oh, yeah. Sweet. Okay. So the temperature gun says 93. Oh, 120. Click at the Celsius. 33, 32, 42, 40, 42. 39. Okay, 40. So the ground is definitely hotter. Looks like the positive is not as high as the ground. Ooh, 47. Okay. So that's pretty flippin' hot. So Should we turn it to white? Well, the LEDs get damaged when they're in a reel like that. Yeah, they will. They will, some call it fun. So I shouldn't do this for very long. I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to just turn them to white and see if that is going to blast us into outer space. Yeah, it's uncomfortable to touch. Woo! It is uncomfortable to touch. To the controls. Okay, here goes white. Oh! Snap. You know what snapped, I'm sure? The Uno fuse snapped. Ooh, mama. Trying to see if the wires are very loose, or they're like, you know, they're soft because these actually aren't too bad. These are a little more soft. Yeah, so it was the top one was the hotter one, and that was the power one. But it stayed together. Well, the fuse is rated for 10 amps. So when it went snap, we must have been above 10 amps. This thing, while it got hot, and it was certainly the hottest point of anything else, like none of the wires were that hot. And the coils of pixels weren't hot. But that thing went snap. Getting hot on less than 10 amps isn't a great endorsement for the Clickets. And it was definitely less than 10. I mean, it was like probably a bit 7 or something like that. You could help me for a second. I'm in the middle. Really? Mrs. Z's needs some help. Mrs. Z's needs some help. Let's see. I'll ask her to give me like 15 minutes. How long have we been going? Yeah, give me like 10 minutes. Okay. Well, that's good to know. Like, I don't know if you got to go help her. It'll be just a minute. We'll go. Those Clickets, wire connectors. I don't know if they say what they're rated for, because it's not fair to push them beyond what they're rated for. Rated up to 5 amps. Okay, well, 5 amps. Hey, Chris Kenneth Pater, how you doing, man? Did you melt the wrong thing? No, I've had so many streams today because every time I get going, it freaks out. But yeah, second stream of the day, and I was testing some connectors. Probably. I should probably help her. Blade's making me feel. Blade knows better how to take care of his significant other than I do, so I should probably go help her. The other thing that we were gonna do was just. This thing did get pretty hot. Let's look at that fuse. Yep, snap. Okay, so that fuse is gone. That fuse is bye-bye. Bye-bye, Mr. Fuse. So the other thing we were going to do, somebody was asking how many LEDs can you run off of one of these? So the way to figure that out, and what we can do to do that, is we can take one of these strings, or a different string. Here's a different string. Oh, that's not very many. That one doesn't look complete really either. Oh yeah, this one's complete. This is a new one. Okay, so we can take this one. Push this stuff out of the way for a second. We can take this one, which should be 150, and I would be shocked if we could actually get 150 to run through this. Well, what I'm going to do is just use jumper wires, which are also going to be very weak on this, but that'll at least tell us some parts of it. And we're going to connect up directly from the jumpers to the ESP32, and then turn it on. There's a LED I could fry. This may have to be a continuation, a series of streams where we continue on. We just melt things from time to time or something, because I certainly am not going to be able to melt everything that I had hoped to melt tonight. All right, here we go. We got three. So we're going to put this orange one, we're going to put on the 5 volts. It says 750 milliamps. It's actually a lot. And it's fused at 750 milliamps. So this is not fair, because this one's probably going to repair. Well, I guess let's do it. Let's do this. Instead of frying this, let's just calculate it. All right. If that thing says 750 milliamps, and then I'm going to go help Mom get the pizza thing going. Is that why you're here? Oh, good. You want to go tell everybody it's time to sign off for Christmas? Tell them it's time to sign off for last of the 12 streams of Christmas. No, that's not right. 0.02. Oh, so wait, what am I doing? Times, let's say 150. It's only going to be, that's going to be 3 amps. So that would be way more. Somebody help me with my math here. So 7, that's why, because I wanted to do 0.75. 0.75, right? 750 milliamps divided by 0.02. So 37.5. Hey, oh, it's a heat gun, yeah. Actually, that's good that you got that, because we're going to need that for the pizza oven. So Mrs. Z's birthday was a couple days ago, right? And we bought a week exactly. And we bought her a pizza oven. You guys remember us talking about that? We bought her a pizza oven. And so we are going to cook pizzas. That's what we're having for dinner tonight. So yay.
I have pepperoni stuck in my tooth.
You have pepperoni stuck in your tooth? Okay. Is everybody up? Who's coming? Gracie? Guys, thank you for your support. It's a bummer that today was so bad with the internet, and I really do apologize for that. But I think we did some fun stuff, and there's still more stuff to go. So if you're new watching and you enjoyed some of the stuff we did on the stream in the last 12 days, then keep watching, because I'll do them every week, usually Sundays, unless I have to work. Then sometimes it's other days, but we've got a calendar I try and keep up. We got a great Discord community. Thanks to everybody that keeps up there and works so hard to support people and give us good answers for difficult questions. Quindor, thank you for all the work that you did to make the ESPs and the Unos and quads. Just been fantastic. Sir Goodenough, Blade, all the Pixel Heads, you guys are the best. I love you. I'm so happy to have a community where you're a big part of it. So
Everybody except for Zoe's here.
Everybody except for Zoe's here. Is Zoe going to be here?
No.
Okay. All right, then. Let's sign off like a big old happy family. Get in here, you tall boys. Get in here. Okay, ready? As always, thanks for watching. Till next time, adios. Bye, everybody. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Thanks, you guys. Have a great Christmas. Be safe. We'll see you New Year's Day. New Year's Day. Maybe. Yeah, probably New Year's Day. Probably not before. Anyways, bye.